It's McKen Law Firm at 509-765-4451. Fax 509-765-6019. The McKen Law Firm, Mosley, Washington. The business renewal from a law firm. This is executive order at 509-765-4451. Fax 509-765-6019. Presidential primary election authorized by the President of the United States of America. You know, driving Mr. John Luke McKinnon, driving Felix Barela all the way to the McKen Law Firm with authorization was, of course, Mr. Bill Gates. To 1835 73rd Avenue, Bill Gates Mansion area at King County, Seattle, Washington. King County, Seattle, Washington, the policy regulation from a law firm. Right now it's like negative 10 degrees, negative 20 degrees at the time. And there's a small flake snowfall at 704 Olive Mills Lake, Washington. When around 12 o'clock, it's going to be about 50 degrees. Around 1 o'clock, it's going to be about 60 degrees. 45, 50 to 60 degrees. And it goes back to a temperature because we have a McKen Law Firm policy regulation from a law firm administration office, COVID authorization and authorization and service at a law firm that carries authorization and service at administration office, president's primary election, having much of the testimony of authorization for the president primary election. Now, Donald Trump, President of the United States of America, you know, Bill Gates, Air Force One, Air Force Two, Doomsday Plane, Nebraska. We have a document showing the authorization by the President of the United States. That is business renewal, September 25th of, this is September 25th of 2004. A business renewal that brought much of the services from McKen Law Firm at 509-765-4441, John Luke McKinnon, Carla McKinnon's office, at 509-765-4451, fax 509-765-6019. You know, the sun, ultraviolet rays, the flag, and also the stripes and the stars. All 50 states of the presidential primary election, all over Felix Barela, all over the McKen Law Firm at 509-765-4451. The emblem of a sun, the emblem of the star and the stripes. The carry authorization and policy regulation of McKen Law Firm at 509-765. So we got the sun and the sun, left and right, soldier, with the stars and emblems of the stars and emblems all over Felix Barela. Because we got a business card that says McKen Law Firm at 509-765-4451, fax 509-765-6019. The URL information inside the office, John Luke McKinnon, Carla McKinnon, Virginia McKinnon. And also inside the office, we got a fax machine that was paid for. And then that service is from Richland, Washington, at Richland, Washington, 99352. It's called Abandoned Services. And these abandoned services provide a fax and a copy machine, and also color imaging, and also the equipment supplies to hold that unlimited service and supplies at 704 East Olive because we have Best Buy and Office Max. Best Buy and Office Max, we got a Verizon business sub accounts attached to that, and we YouTube that at Freda. We YouTube that in Moses Lake. We YouTube that at the Columbus Center Mall, Simon's Mall, Verizon. And the attachments of the SIM card is free because we have the services. And also the service of a brand new replacement phone is for free, of course. We got laptop equipment supplies attached to the Microsoft component, Mr. 1835 73rd Avenue. Bill Gates, former Bill Gates developer website, and creating Microsoft and attaching Apple because Apple was bought by Microsoft. Because Felix Barela has this download bit of information. His transport and service of his services that are paid for in full. Now, 1835 73rd Avenue, Bill Gates. The former Bill Gates, William H. Gates, we got the title to bring that authorization, the president's primary election, with all those 50 stars all over Felix Barela, those 50 states for the presidential primary election. Now, Donald Trump, he's the former 47th president of the United States of America, because we have the business card McKenna Law Firm, we got the Washington Bar Association, the Farm Bill, 4011-314A. That's 4011-314A. That's John Lynn McKinnon, Colin McKinnon, Colin McKinnon, Virginia McKinnon, and 509-765-4451. Fax 509-765-6019. Now, John Lynn McKinnon has this law firm, this phone service, this activation, the Microsoft components, because Bill Gates, McAfee, Windows 10, 11, and also the i3, i5. These are laptops, i7, the i8, and the high Octopus processor. It's like Octopus Prosper Octant, and a primary service of Microsoft components, and the activation for the components and service from Windows 10 and Windows 11, because they broke this window out. They broke the McKenna Law Firm window out. On top of that, the vehicle that has Microsoft components and attachments for Zoom webinar at Benton County Justice Department. Norma Rodriguez, Eric I. Singer, and Ryan Lutzkin, the mayor of Richland, at the 825 Jadwin Federal Kennedy Building. The Kennedy Building is 825 Jadwin. Zip, that's Richland, Washington, 99352. This is where we get the document. Submitted from SOS WaGov Corps. Kim Wayman, Secretary Steve Hobbs, Marcus J. Glasper, Department of Licensing, and Governor Jay Inslee, Governor of Washington State. Because we filed and submitted the information online, McKenna Law Firm, PS Corps, of course, Zoom and webinar, and all those courtrooms, all 3 courtrooms, all 1, 2, 3 courtrooms at Grant County Courthouse. And also the Commissioner's Office, Barbara Vasquez, and also the service of Melissa McKnight, Auditor, and Mr. Spencer from Brenda at Chelton, at Benton County Auditor's Office and Prosecutor's Office, 712 Okanagan Place, Kennewick, Washington, and also the Grant County Prosecutor's Office at 35 C Street Northwest, Freda, Washington, 98823. The George Washington House, Brooks Athletic Club. Now, George Washington House is Mr. Brooks, and his title and service business license renewal is attached to that service because we got him on YouTube URL. Now, George Washington's number 42. And also the service of policy regulation of the barbecue, the brand new barbecue bought and paid for. Had to symbol that. And then barbecue with a brand new open plasma flat screen monitor in the back of George Washington's house. Confirmation of video confirmation signature FedEx UPS. And there's Schultz Tabor Wallace Attorney's Office right next to George Washington House, number 42 on C Street Northwest, right across from the Franny Grant County Courthouse with all the staff members. Melissa Hope, Bob Perkuski, Mr. Hope, Carol Rivera, Melissa McKnight, Barbara Vasquez, and the 3 commissioners, and also the prosecutor, and Erica Slinger, and also the policy regulations of administration of judges, administrations. We got on video of the judges of Grant County Courthouse in courtroom 1, 2, and 3, and the Benton County Justice Department, A, B, C, D, and F courtrooms, and also the policy regulation of the staff members, Eric Isinger, Norma Rodriguez, the judge, and Ryan Lutzkin, the mayor originally, and Mr. Andy Miller, Mr. Dano Garth, because the University of Washington is Mr. Andy Miller and Mr. John Luke, Carla, John Luke McKinnon, and Virginia, and birth certificate policy regulating McKinnon Law Firm, because we have to go Bill Gates, 1835 73rd Avenue mansion, with this beautiful vehicle. Now, this beautiful vehicle that was brought to much of the submitting information from a McKinnon Law Firm. McKinnon Law Firm has authorization on McKinnon Law Firm. 509-765-4451. Fax 509-765-6019. Martin license URL video confirmation verification of the title, the business license, also the first and last presidential primary election, 45th and 47th President of the United States, the 45th presidential primary election, and the 47th presidential primary election. The policy regulation of McKinnon Law Firm, because we got contents of information, of evidence. John McKinnon, Carla McKinnon, Virginia McKinnon, this vehicle, this hybrid, this Honda Accord, and this Honda Accord at Bud Clary on Frontage Road on I-90, and also Bud Clary on Pioneer Way, Rhonda Kaiser's funeral home at 831 Pioneer Way. The receipts and transaction services from a jet engine. Applied of service have to go to the audit office in Grant County Courthouse and the audit office in Tri-Cities, Washington, and get all the information they erased inside the Grant County Courthouse and also the McKinnon Law Firm. We got electrical wiring inside the McKinnon Law Firm. We got laptop service of which they took and that information out of the Grant County Courthouse, erasing information and give it to Barbara Vasquez and the judge herself on YouTube URL in front of the clerks, staff members, and also the policy regulation of the judges, commissioners, and the board, director of the Board of Commissioners, with the affidavit and policy of Melissa McKnight, her email address and policy regulator and video confirmation because they erased it. Upon information erasing information, you had to go in there and pull the birth certificate and also the file and the audit service taxes and the license tabs out of the McKinnon Law Firm. Presenting the using the law firm and the modem and the rotor and calling the state trooper's office, the Kennewick Police Department, to en route and to connect to the state trooper's office or where the service of this business license submitted to McKinnon Law Firm to state trooper's office with this business license tabs and this business license they have at McKinnon Law Firm. Now, the authorization presidential primary election, Donald J. Trump, former President of the United States of America, came the authorization of his 45th and 47th presidential primary election. Now, on July 13th of 2024, he was assassinated in such a way, left for dead, taking his life and calling desperate services from McKinnon Law Firm for his pleading not guilty to all charges. This alleviated the response of bringing the president's primary election, the 45th, to become the 47th president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, in Butler County in Pennsylvania, called the Commonwealth State. Now, in this Commonwealth State, the policy regulation of Pennsylvania in Butler County, Donald Trump announced of how he was announced to be pronounced dead. And everybody on the service of providing president's primary election, Donald Trump was assassinated. The word of common cause was that he was killed. And they continued to carry out this presidential primary election to kill Donald Trump to International Airport in Moses Lake, Washington. To International Airport in Moses Lake, Washington, Air Force One was created. Donald J. Trump and Bill Gates were transported to 1835 73rd Avenue in Seattle, Washington, King County, Bill Gates' estates, for inauguration of presidential primary election, Donald J. Trump, and of course Bill Gates, former William H. Gates of Microsoft Company and Apple, which has connected this service to the laptop. The laptop is white, silver, pink, and white. Now, the second laptop they broke They came in and interrupted the service of July 1st, July 2nd, 3rd, July 20th, the Army base in Mos Lake, Washington. Notice all the windows and services are pulled down. How the assassination plot was carried out to transport Donald J. Trump and put him in a casket, put him in an urn, put him in the backhoe, and take the remains and service, lower him to a J. Mueller's funeral, Rhonda Kaiser's funeral, and a cremator jet engine that was purchased. And that was purchased in Florida, Orlando, Florida, in July. We get their receipts and transaction. Now that occurrence and service, how Melania Trump on YouTube Bureau made a movie, made a announcement how they killed Donald Trump, and they did nothing about it. Their staff members, their services, the reps, all the custody and service. When he was in custody, those services was becoming an astonishing hand over hand biological warfare, biological campaign and policy in bringing the president's prime election to become the 47th president of the United States of America. Now, on the receipts, how they eradicated information, come in our office and can make wiring connections and modems and rotors, and we have connection service. We do that all ourselves. See, with these bare hands, that's created. As you can see, the URL confirmation, Mr. John McKinnon, Carla McKinnon, and going to the Social Security office and taking the video confirmation to a further step of bringing the business license and the business license to Sarah McLean, Teresa Salo at 8127 the Klamath, Cincinnati, the Bob Ferguson Attorney General's office. He's a governor of board, governor of Washington State and Washington Bar Association. Taking that document to Bob Ferguson's office in front of Teresa Salo and Sarah McLean from the Social Security office in Kennewick, Washington, 8131 Klamath, Cincinnati, right, Grand Ridge Cross Street, which is a natural propane company, and we have a water heater that establishes this whole house with a propane line. Keeps the whole house warm. Water, and also connected to a central air ducting as well. Added to a water heater propane line connected to the central air connected to a propane line, and the propane line connected to a central air, and also the water heater connected to central air, and a water heater propane company. And this is in Kennewick, Washington. The ownership and policy of a business license renewal, carrying that authorization and terminal policy, regulation, and service of all the terminals and battery cables and connections to a Microsoft Mercedes-Benz in Clearwater. Now, Mercedes-Benz in Clearwater got a URL convertible and also 3, 4, 5 different vehicles, Mercedes-Benz. YouTube URL, caskets, urns, cremator, jet engine, caskets, and also niches attaches to the mausoleum, and also the locations of these services of the plots of Donald J. Trump, Trump's biological family members, and also her mother, Ivanka, Melania, Canvas, Amir Singh Nahar, OWNERCIMARON5INC, 1400 Main Street, Othello, Washington. That order number from Florida for that jet engine that was delivered here in Mos Lake, Washington, at 704 East Olive, Mos Lake, Washington, 509-765-4451. Fax, 509-765-619. The confirmation verification from the Social Security office, the Washington Bar Association, Bob Ferguson, Attorney General's office in Kennewick, Washington, Teresa Salo, and also Sarah McLean. Living evidence or apparatus of Mr. John Luke McKinnon, announcing they stole the blower. And then they broke the window out. And then they intimidate and come in our house and making things up with intimidation and policy regulation. And then the Grant County Courthouse break their window out. And they come in our office and intimidate them with the components of a fax machine attached to the McKinnon Law Firm. And also Grant County Courtroom Monitor 1 and Grant County Courtroom Monitor 2. And taking that video confirmation extent how they attacked Felix Barela at Grant County steps in front of millions and millions of people. And then calling dispatch service, and they come and video confirmation and taking this to the judge's chambers on video. This is the vehicle that's parked at Grant County Courthouse at 35 C Street Northwest, Alfredo, Washington, 98823. President's prime election, Donald J. Trump's picture. 50th First Lady of the United States of America, Melania Trump. Ivanka Trump's biological mother, which is Ivanka Trump's biological mother, Eric and Donald Trump Jr. And of course, Felix Barela is still standing here in raised service after all the turmoil as all the dust settled. Purchase of a most powerful chainsaw in the world, a steel BR200, BR800, the most powerful blower on the planet, made in the United States of America, 250 miles an hour. Now the Bogota Veyron has a V14, a 14 cylinder. It goes 250 miles an hour. Now 250 miles at Bogota Veyron. We did this at the International Airport on YouTube URL on confirmation of the United States Airport in Larson Air Force Base and the United States Army Base. You notice all the windows are covered up with plywood. We're at the lumber yard and First Choice Lumber in Othello, Washington. See, we got a broken window. We did estimates. We got the YouTube URL, the fax machine, and the debris and the permits that they stole. And we got a Tri-City Herald and the Basin Herald and video confirmation verification. The keys, the ownership policy, regulations, and services, confirmation receipt, transaction, checkbooks, credit cards that they took out of here. And also breaking the phone and breaking the laptop, the third time. The third time, we got the confirmation verification when picking up an order at Best Buy and Office Max. And Abandon is a providing service for faxes and print machines and fax machines and services to implement that service, to modify the service, to have a contract as authorization, and that business license is attached to become offered. Now the law firm carries his authorization. And the president primary, look at this video URL from John McKenna. How they stole the phone, how they broke in the house, how they damaged the vehicle and policy regulations, how they stole the vehicle, because we're at the department license. And most like Washington, they stole this vehicle. Not once, not twice, not three times. They took the vehicle and wrecked it. And then took the van, that's YouTube URL, and wrecked that as well. And damaged that. And then the locksmith from Jim's Locksmith and the Kennewick Locksmith in Tri-Cities, Mueller's Funeral Home, J. Mueller's Funeral Home, 14 South Union, and also on Kennewick Avenue, and Greenleaf Memorial on Pasco, Washington on Court Street. This video confirmation of John McKenna, the real authorization of his speaking, talking, and walking, giving specification on an engine that they stole this vehicle and the tractor. This video confirmation of video of John McKenna, Colin McKenna, and Vision McKenna, basically how unforgiving they are of how the President Department elections have unveiled this part at the Grant County Courthouse. How they attacked Jewish well in the policy regulation, not the first time, second. This isn't that 8th time, and that 10th time, 11, 12. There's undoing process in the service living apparatus of how corrupted the President Prime election 45th, 47th became. Now this is Barela YL3867 Bud Clary. Bud Clary is on I-90 on Stratford Road on Frontage Road and also Pioneer Way here in Moslake, Washington. So how corrupted they are? Barela YL3867, Moslake, Washington, budclary.com. This is 1HGCV3F59MA007646. That's 1HGCV3F59MA007646. That's 1HGCV3F59MA007646. That's 1HGCV3F59MA007646. See how corrupted they are? This is how corrupted they are. We got a license plate number. Honda Accord hybrid. And a Honda Accord, that's Barela YL3867. That's BYL3867. See, it says Washington tabs on it. It says 026, 028680. That's Y2025 2025 028680. That's 028680. And that says April 4th of Washington. That says April 4th of April, Washington license tab issued from a Grand County Court. How they attacked me on the front parking lot, in front of Brooks Athletic Club, Schultz Terrible Wallace, and taking that YouTube information to judges' chambers from the Superior Court, District Court, and the prosecutor of Washington State, Barbara Vasquez, Melissa McKnight, and also the service of video confirmation of the components that they erased inside the Grand County Court in the McKen Law Firm. 509-765-4451, fax 509-765-619. We call the state troopers, authorities, and services. Now that McKen Law Firm at how they stole the vehicle, Department License, Vasquez and Vasquez, how they get video confirmation, verification, disclosure, and service, how they erase information in the President Primary Election. Carrying that authorization, that service. You know, Donald USS Trump. Donald J. USS Trump. That presidential primary election. You know, that artifact of that sun and that 50 stars embedded in confirmation, signature, verification, that service at the McKen Law Firm. This is how corrupted they are. They bring their successors and their administration officers and their corrupted individuals, and also the USS Trump embedded into Felix Barela. Why? We got two suns, left and right shoulder. We got the flag and 50 stars and 50 states of USS Trump embedded in McKen Law Firm at 509-765-4451, fax 509-765-1619. See the background on the service of a Honda Accord hybrid, license plate BYL3867, and that tractor of John Luke McKinnon, and also that battery charger and that battery charger attached the wiring service of John Luke McKinnon, attached into the McKen Law Firm where their attachments were the wiring and service of the modem and service and the internet system where they broke the window out. We called, of course, lumberyard. First choice lumber and the policy regulation, how they corruptly damaged the vehicle and stole the vehicle, not once, twice, several times, and also the van. And calling the Basin Herald and the Tri-State Herald and notifying the locksmith in Tri-Cities and locksmith Jim Locksmith on video and Broadway, where Carla McKinnon has dental work on Broadway and John Luke McKinnon has dental work at Broadway, and Felix Barela took a further step of CBHA taking John Luke McKinnon and his files and his service, applying, taking care of John Luke, Carla McKinnon, and Virginia McKinnon record, because the birth certificate was erased and issued out. They broke in the service, took a implemented search from WorkSource from the First Choice Lumber. I went and put a video confirmation video of measurements and service, and also establishing a confirmation signature. We got fuel dispenses. We got a Honda Accord. We got John Luke McKinnon coming out of the vehicle, and how dispensive of gravel and dispensive broken glass was pulled out of the vehicle, inside and outside the vehicle, and debris everywhere. That's Barela YL3867. That's Barela YL3867. That's April. License plates April 4th, Washington State. License tab is Y 2025 028680. That's 2025 028680. That's Y. That's 2025 028680. April 4th of Washington State. Budclear.com. It's online. See that confirmation of a service in McKen Law Firm at 509-765-4451. Fax. See Donald Trump. We got Donald Trump embedded in Felix Barela because we got Davin Hotel, the policy of regulation and service of a sidewalk attached to the McKenna Law Firm in the driveway in the Grant County Courthouse, 35 C Street Northwest, Freddie Washington 9823. George Washington House. Get that video confirmation of a barbecue. Confirmation verification that shows Todd Wallace. That video confirmation, I have the video confirmation from the State Trooper's Office. And Barbara Vasquez and Kalen Election Service. And Orchid at the Department of Licensing. And the Mayor's License Department. And the Policy, Regulation, and Service of the Prosecutor's Office in Grant County Courthouse. And their confirmation, video confirmation of policy, regulation, the staff members. And the Superior Court, because it's a superior matter, it's a federal matter at 825 Jadman Kennedy Building in Richland, Washington, with Ryan Letzke, Norma Rodriguez, Eric I. Singer, and don't forget the policy regulation of Andy Miller, Washington State Prosecutor, University of Washington. Now, the University of Washington emblem is inside the office award of the Bar Association 13294. It's how corrupted they are. Now walking all the way into a sidewalk, attachment to the McKenna Law Firm without the gravel pit, downloading the driveway, license plate, and bringing the satisfaction of maintaining, service center. Best Buy Office Max has this confirmation signatures. John Lee McKenna, Carla McKenna has this URL confirmation signature verification at the McKenna Law Firm at Moses Lake, Washington, 98837. Now, Carla McKenna and Virginia McKenna has a submitted information URL confirmation verification from a FedEx UPS office that had been ordered and paid for and authorized by Equipment McKenna Law Firm. All this emails, electronics, modems, routers, Best Buy, Office Max, service centers, Verizon sub-accounts, and Clemson Center Mall, and Afreda, and Moses Lake, Washington. And also the ownership of the title of Verizon brought into the Verizon Center, the Verizon companies, and Clemson Center Mall, Tri-Cities, and Afreda, and Moses Lake. Transaction reports, checkbooks, and all purchase and transaction, and all these continuing individual con artists that come in here trying to infiltrate the system and break log information, make things up with their false information and agencies. We've got the video UR confirmation of the individuals that did damage, falsifying documents and service and video cameras. And the Basin Herald is aware of the locksmith, Jim Locksmith, the chemical locksmith, Jamie Lish Funeral, and the jet engine that was delivered to Ron and Kaiser's funeral. Her first name, her agent number, last name, address, 825, and also her driver's license number, John McKenna, Carla McKenna, and Virginia McKenna, and then, of course, Melissa Moonlight, Larissa Bez, Barbara Vasquez, and also the service and policy, Eric I. Singer, Norma Rodriguez, Ryan Lutzkin, City Mayor of Richland, the Mayor of Kennewick, the City Mayor of Tri-Cities, the City Mayor and Policy Regulation, also the Mayor of Kennewick, Washington, Richland, Washington, and also the Service Policy Regulation of Tri-Cities, Washington, and policy of Jamie Lish Freeman in Pasco, Washington. The UR confirmation of Cassett's earns established service of a birth certificate issued out of a federal courthouse and a higher court system. Now, Donald Trump carrying this executive order of business license. Presidential primary election at McKenna Law Firm at 509-765-4451. The president primary election, Donald J. Trump carrying authorization service by FedEx confirmation signature. How corrupt they are. Now bringing supplies and services and providing service for John Luke McKinnon, Carla McKinnon, and Virginia McKinnon. Also the service of policy in Kennewick and Tri-Cities in Pasco, and also the service of the Grant County Courthouse. Taking the information center from authorization from the 45th President of the United States and holding their retaining a presidential election for 4 years with Ivanka Trump and the biological Ivana and Melania Trump's biological mother, Ajmer Singh Nijjar. Now Ajmer's biological mother, Melania's biological 50th President of the United States of America, now Ivanka, carrying a presidential election. Jeez. Now the 50th President of the United States of America, carrying that authorization by the President of the United States of America, 50th President of the United States and McKinnon Law Firm, that redirecting that information center and data to a McKinnon Law Firm at 509-765-4451, fax 509-765, business license that's renewed, on the 25th of September 25th of 2024. As you can see, this was issued out on September 25th of 2024. Now, October expires October 1st of 2028. Now, the president primary election by Marcus J. Glassfair, Department of Licensing, and also Governor Jay Inslee, Governor of Washington State, and also the service of Steve Hobbs, Secretary of State, from 801 South, P.O. Box 40234, Olympia, Washington, 985040234. Steve Hobbs, Secretary of State of Washington State. Now the 50th President of the United States of America carrying this authorization. You got the video confirmation signature verification. Now Donald J. Trump, the 45th President of the United States in his 4 years, and Ivanka Trump as well, the 47th President of the United States now. This is how corrupted they are. Donald J. Trump and policy regulations satisfies in the July 13th assassination plot, where they announced Melania, Moses Lake International Airport do nothing for Donald Trump or Melania, because they killed Donald Trump, and brought to a further step how they come to the army base and smash into a table with his interaction of violency, corruption, of how he's going to have Donald Trump killed, because Felix Barela stopping that with his body, his orifice, his confirmation, McKinnon Law Firm in Moses Lake, Washington, University of Washington, Mr. Andy Miller, doing his debut interview with the news station in Tri-City Herald, and also the KNDU channel 2524 on Kennewick Avenue, the Department of License Department, the policy regulation of Verizon Company, right on Clearwater. The title and service of Verizon brought into Columbus Center Mall, Alfreda, and Moses Lake offices, is the ownership of the title of Verizon in Othello, Washington, arise the delivery of a jet engine delivered from Orlando, Florida to Tri-Cities, Washington, Moses Lake, Grant County Courthouse at 825-7040 Sullivan. Mr. John Luke Carlin, Virginia, a burst issued out from the Kennedy Building in Richland, Washington. That video URL of the federal building. Array services of that phone call and that service and policy regulation of Donald J. Trump in Pennsylvania, Butler County, in the Commonwealth state where he was plotted to be killed and executed. Bullets shot at, one bullet hit Donald Trump in the ear and brought a magnification on the bullet that shot his ear. Among all the bullets hitting innocent bystander people that shot, their main target was Donald J. Trump. And bring it to the increments that the phone call, the conversation, the 911 dispatch interrupting the service, how they came in here and broke into the McKenna Law Firm and bringing policy regulations of taking down the policy regulation of the service of all the testimony and service and eradicating it and tossing it away out of the court system. He pleaded not guilty to all charges. And they continue to imprison him, take him down and bring him to trial and policy regulation and imprisoning him in the policy regulation of becoming the President of the United States and being the President of the United States and then running for the President of the United States for the second time. Now this war campaign policy is percolating. This is percolating. This is brewing as we speak. This is how plotting in the policy regulation of the direct deposit EFT transfer from the Social Security office at 8131 Bob Ferguson, Attorney General's office in Kennewick, Washington. The Tri-City Herald Live. Jay Mueller, biological family members live on URL, confirmation and verification service. And also the Court Street Jay Mueller's funeral home live. And also the 1401 South Union federal guidelines. It's a federal matter. It's a superior matter. We walk this into Superior Court, Grant County Courthouse. Living apparatus and service of the confirmation verification and business license has been renewed on the 26th of 2024 and doesn't expire until October 1st of 2028. Now, the Manhattan residents of New York, of that phone call and conversation from Verizon, how to activate Ivanka Trump, Donald Trump, Melania Trump, Laura Trump, and then President primary election, and also Donald Trump Jr., and the service and policy of Ivanka Trump, and then Ivana Trump. This is the pictures of Ivana Trump, the funeral of their service and policy regulation done here at McKenna Law Firm, inside the office, outside the office, and the caskets and areas of policy regulation of Jay Mueller's funeral and Ronna Kaiser's funeral. This is confirmation verification of FedEx, UPS, and also the federal courthouse that was built by Felix Barela. And Felix did build the federal courthouse in Richland, Washington. Ryan Lutzkin, Norma Rodriguez, Eric I. Singer, and Ryan Lutzkin, Eric I. Singer, and Norma Rodriguez, and Mr. Andy Miller, former prosecutor. And Mr. Dano Garth for the Grant County Courthouse, 35 C Street Northwest. And his service of his attorney service and aptitude of the service of Washington Bar Association, Mr. Bob Ferguson, Governor of Washington State, Washington Bar Association Attorney General Office, Teresa Salo, and Sarah McLean. And their confirmation verification of Felix Barela, bring all the document services and also the payroll checks and also the salary incomes of the service for the year and tax services and compensation and services live. Now we get the documents of Kaylin C. Trump, the biological youngest daughter, youngest Trump administration office, talking about Grandpa. Now Grandpa is becoming the president of the United States at 47. She announced her grandpa. Now, the video confirmation of Melania Trump, how they killed Donald Trump, and they did nothing about it. Moses Lake Police Department, the Kennewick Police Department, the Richland Police Department, the Pasco Police Department, the Richland City Hall, the Moses Lake City Hall, the Moses Lake Police Department, and also the Service and Policy Regulation of Othello, Washington. This is City Hall, 500 East Main Street. This is the front and back house of the mayor's house and Sean Logan's house. Inside Sean Logan's house and inside and Jim Logan's house, carpet carousel, inside the carpet carousel. And also the property lines and service and ownership and policy, Mr. Jim Logan. Communicate to John Luke Carla McKinnon and Bridget McKinnon. And bringing the Pennsylvania Butler County murder assassination plot, July 13, 2024, in the house, out the house, and video confirmation on video. Department License Department, Moses Lake. J. Miller's funeral home, inside the office, outside the house, inside the house, inside the cremator, inside the jail, in the mausoleum, inside the office, outside the mailbox, policy regulations, inside the museum, inside the house. Main and confirmation, verification, disclosures of service from the McKenna Law Firm at 509-765-4451. Now, that's Kaylin. Bole Acha KC Trump. Anybody from India would know that. All India family members, all the policy regulation of delivery of a policy regulation of the McKenna Law Firm at 509-765-4451. Fax 509-765-6019. The policy regulation of direct deposit from a Social Security office, bringing much of the testimony and service from the McKenna Law Firm at 509-765-4451. Now, and give you effort on policy regulation, how they bring the policy regulations to its corrupted, surfacing increments of the society. This is how corrupted they are. Mr. Andy Miller, Wash State Prosecutor. Business card at OWNERCIMARON5INC, 14 East Main Street, Othello, Washington. UBI number 602-720-979. This is how corrupted they are. This policy regulation of all administration office and COVID-19 authorization and McKenna Law Firm. Suits, ties, and income statement. We got Mr. John Luke McKinnon verifying all that. We have Andy Miller, Washington State Prosecutor. University of Washington State verifying that. Mr. McKinnon verifying all that. Taking the DHS, CPS, EBT, Quest card, and driver's license, and also my birth certificate to a further merit verifying all that. We got a born October 21st, 10:41 a.m. at Cadillac Hospital in Richland, Washington. Zip code 99352. Recited that to the Health District Office on video confirmation. Eric I. Singer, Andy Miller, Ryan Lutzkin, Andy Miller, Dano Garth, West State former prosecutor and attorney, 44 years, and prosecutor of Grant County. Andy Miller, former prosecutor, University of Washington. Mr. Norman J. Manis, General in a Department of Defense, and Mr. Mark Miley, Lloyd Austin, Mr. Brown, United States Air Force General. And this policy of the 45th President of the United States of America, becoming the 47th President of the United States of America. Now the BR200, the most powerful chainsaw and blower on the planet. This is a BR200. Has a throttle cable, has straps, does its job, has a primary switch, has of course a Cadillac converter. And the BR200 has a max speed of 250 miles an hour. The BR200, now the Bogota Veyron has a high capacity of 250 miles an hour, which is equivalent to the Bogota Veyron, which is video URL at the International Airport in Moses Lake, Washington. Now the Bogota Veyron has a high capacity of 250 miles an hour. That's a V14. It's the most powerful vehicle on the planet. United States Aviation and Air Force nautical miles and nautical equivalency service for a V14 cylinder Bogota Veyron. Most powerful vehicle on the planet, on four wheels, on the planet itself. It competes against the Lamborghini, the Porsche, the Dodge Viper, the Ferrari, the Lamborghini Countach, the Ferrari, the Ferrari F56911 Porsche, and also the 599 Ferrari and the 699 Ferrari. High performance against the Bogota Veyron. The Bogota Veyron, most powerful chainsaw and blower on the planet, is the BR200. The BR800 has equivalents of 250 mile an hour, the same equivalents of the Veyron Bogota Veyron, made in the United States of America. They said you're not the fucking one. Nasty, dog.